Ever wondered how the Return of the Living Dead films revolutionized horror cinema? Well, you're in for a treat. Zombie DJ Balmont here. Come with me as we plunge into the macabre depths of the origin of this iconic franchise. Picture it, the summer of 1985. Audiences are craving something fresh, something that will send chills down their spines. Enter The Return of the Living Dead. Directed by the visionary Dan O'Bannon, this film was destined to shake things up. The cast was a mix of seasoned performers and promising newcomers, including Cielu Gulager, James Karen, and Don Calfa. The film was released on August 16, 1985, and the response was immediate and electrifying. On its opening day, the film raked in an impressive $1.4 million, a testament to the public's appetite for the innovative and grotesque. Now, let's delve into the plot that set this film apart. The Return of the Living Dead isn't just your run-of-the-mill zombie flick. No, this film introduced audiences to a unique concept: zombies with a hunger for brains. Not just human flesh, but brains. This innovative twist turned the zombie genre on its head and has been imitated countless times since. The film masterfully blends horror and comedy, creating a new subgenre affectionately known as zomedy. It's this blend of terror and laughter, of the grotesque and the absurd, that makes The Return of the Living Dead a standout in cinema history. The film's unique elements didn't stop at the plot. It was also notable for its punk rock soundtrack, a stark departure from the orchestral scores typically associated with horror films. This choice further underscored the film's rebellious spirit and helped cement its place in pop culture. With its chilling narrative and unforgettable characters, the first film in the series indeed left an indelible mark in horror cinema. As the success of the first film rippled through the horror genre, it was inevitable that a sequel would follow. And follow it did. The second installment of the Return of the Living Dead franchise hit the screens in the latter part of the 80s. The director's chair was filled by Ken Wiederhorn, a seasoned filmmaker with a knack for creating an eerie atmosphere that could send shivers down the spine of even the most hardened horror aficionado. The cast was a blend of fresh faces and returning stars, each bringing their unique energy to the chilling narrative. Released to a public hungry for more undead terror, the initial sales of the second film were impressive, further solidifying the franchise's place in the annals of horror cinema. While the exact numbers are lost to the mists of time, it's safe to say that the sequel made a significant splash in the box office. In terms of plot, the sequel expanded on the universe established in the first film, introducing new locations, characters, and of course an ever-growing horde of the living dead. However, it wasn't simply a rehash of the original. The sequel was imbued with its own distinctive flavor, blending elements of dark comedy with the horror genre's traditional gore and suspense. One of the distinguishing features of this sequel was its willingness to play with the conventions of the genre. The film was rife with self-aware humor, poking fun at the absurdity of its own premise, while never losing sight of the underlying horror. This blend of comedy and terror was a risky move, but one that paid off, as it allowed the film to stand out in a marketplace saturated with more serious horror offerings. In addition, the sequel continued the franchise's tradition of innovative special effects, with makeup and prosthetics that pushed the boundaries of what was possible in the 80s. These effects brought the undead to life in a way that was shockingly realistic, adding to the film's overall sense of dread. The second film, with its unique twists and turns, only amplified the chilling legacy of its predecessor. The horror, it seemed, was only just beginning. The terror was far from over as the third film in the Return of the Living Dead series hit the screens. This roller coaster of horror and suspense, aptly titled Return of the Living Dead 3, made its grand debut on the silver screen on October 29, 1993. The director's chair was once again occupied by the visionary Brian Yuzna, who brought a fresh perspective to the Living Dead saga. The film's primary cast starred Melinda Clarke as Julie Walker and J. Trevor Edmond as Kurt Reynolds, their performances adding depth and intensity to the narrative. The opening day saw a flurry of excitement, with sales climbing to a staggering $1.2 million, a testament to the anticipation the series had built. The plot of the third film took a detour from the previous ones, weaving a tale of tragic romance amidst the horror. Young lovers, Julie and Kurt, find themselves in a deadly predicament when Julie is transformed into a living dead. The narrative explores Kurt's struggle to keep Julie's cannibalistic tendencies at bay, a stark contrast to the first two films' focus on survival against the undead onslaught. What made Return of the Living Dead 3 stand out was its successful blend of horror, romance, and tragedy. It dared to humanize the undead, presenting a zombie character that the audience could empathize with. The film also pushed the boundaries of special effects makeup, with Julie's transformation into a zombie being a cinematic spectacle in itself. Moreover, Return of the Living Dead 3 introduced an element of body horror, with Julie using pain as a means to curb her hunger for human flesh. This element added a visceral layer to the film, intensifying the horror and making it a memorable entry in the series. The third film, with its distinct approach and narrative, proved that the Return of the Living Dead series was a force to be reckoned with in horror cinema. It validated the series' ability to innovate and reinvent itself, ensuring its place in the annals of horror film history. As we look back on the Return of the Living Dead films, it's clear to see their enduring impact on horror cinema. These movies, each with their unique plots, cast, and directors, have undoubtedly left an indelible mark on the cinematic universe. From the birth of the living dead through the horrifying continuation and finally the compelling trilogy, each installment has contributed significantly to the genre. The film's release day sales numbers alone speak volumes about their popularity. However, it's the creative genius behind each film, the compelling storytelling, and the unforgettable characters that truly make them stand out. In essence, the Return of the Living Dead series has not just provided us with spine-chilling entertainment, but also set a high bar for future horror films. It's a testament to the power of cinema to evoke fear, thrill, and excitement all at once. Thanks for watching. Join me next time, won't you? Oh, also quick note, never forget the magic words. Be well, everyone. Zombie DJ Balmont is out, y'all.